hoping to load up some serious cargo at a Royal Naval School.
Blimey. Look at the size of this place.
But it's not all plain sailing.
Oh, you want 150 each? Yeah. It's not going to happen.
At a Welsh church rammed to the rafters with antiques,
I'm sort of desperate not to miss anything.
Drew's prayers are answered.
I think I know who it's by. And it's a preeminent arts and crafts furniture maker.
And the future looks bright at a legendary neon showroom.
I wouldn't want your electric bill, but apart from that, it's fantastic.
If Drew can get the green light on a sale.
What would you take for it?
I wouldn't sell it.
You wouldn't sell it for 10 grand?
No.
Drew
Oh, my word, look at this.
He scours the country in search of weird and wonderful objects.
I just love it. Oh, yeah, that's a belter, isn't it? What is this? Wonderful. It's lovely.
In his hunt for treasure,
I was thinking 400 to 500 quid each.
he bargains hard.
Can we meet in the middle, 275?
And there's nothing he won't buy.
Ugly old men sell really well.
With help from his wife Rebecca
He's all yours. I hope you've got a nice little kennel for him.
and a team of renovators, he transforms thousands of items from junk to gems. At salvage hunter Drew Pritchard's base in North Wales,
Hello, Drew Pritchard.
the team are busy giving new...
So, display cases,
Yeah.
large alabaster plafonnier.
Make sure that's packed really, really well.
Yeah.
With sales going well,
Excellent. Carry on. Sell more stuff.
Drew and T set off on the hunt for more stock, heading almost 300 miles across the country to Suffolk.
Right, T, we're off to the Royal Hospital School.
Uh-huh.
This is a feeder school from the Navy and to the Navy. They've redone the dining hall and they've got all the tables to get rid of and the benches.
So lots of big tables.
Lots of big
and
tables, which you can't beat.
chairs. Is there going to be naval stuff as well, do you think?
What, like your naval?
Yeah. It's
Like what?
fluff.
Belly button fluff.
Yeah. Why is it
Bits of food.
I only wear black T-shirts and my fluff's always blue.
Ipswich is the county capital of Suffolk, his name becoming George Orwell in 1933. The town is also known for its eclectic architecture, from the 16th century ancient house to Norman Foster's 1970s Willis building, designed to look like a grand piano. Less than 15 miles from the North Sea, Ipswich has long established naval links, and in 1933 the Royal Hospital School moved here from its original location in Greenwich. Teachers Monty Callow and Rob Mann have been involved with the school for 63 years between them.
The school was founded in 1712 and it was essentially set up for the sons of naval personnel. The school is currently just over 700 pupils, girls, yes.
I came to the school in 1967 as an 11-year-old boy. My father was in the Royal Navy. I then returned here to teach, became head of science and retired last year.
But he keeps coming back.
I know.
Hello there.
Hi, Drew.
How you doing?
Good to meet you.
I am T.
Hi, T.
Drew.
Monty.
Hi, Drew. How are you?
Hi, T.
Blimey. This place is huge.
It is, yeah.
It's enormous.
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry, I can't contain myself. I need to have a look around.
Yeah.
Love all the paintwork up here.
It's fabulous. Yeah, it's only 1933
I
actually.
know, still. Looks the part, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah. So, do you want to come off and have a look at a few?
Let's get started. Blimey. Look at the size of this place.
Yeah, it's bigger. It used to be bigger
It's a
actually.
whopper. Love the colour scheme on the panelling. Very nice.
Yeah.
There's no sausage on a fork flying through the air.
There will be. We'll bring that on later
moment.
for you. First impressions when I arrived here is literally the scale of the place. It's incredible. It's vast. It's absolutely enormous, and we haven't even seen half of it. For my entire time working with antiques, schools have always been a rich source. They buy in a big way because they have to. With a place this big, who knows, today we could find all sorts. Hopefully a lot of all sorts.
We're off to Hood boarding house, girls' boarding house.
Yep.
About 60 girls, and got a few This is the surf shack.
Right, okay. These are them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, this is the table here.
And bench underneath as well.
There's 2 benches under there. There's one on the far side.
Great. Can I move all this stuff?
Yeah, we can get this off, yeah. Pull it out,
Do you want
maybe.
to get...
Are they teak?
Oak.
That's oak. What about these?
And that's teak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're teak, are they?
All the joints have gone on these. How many of these have you got?
As of now, there's just one.
It's going to have to come apart.
Shouldn't be hard to fix, is it? Or?
Well, it's a day in the workshop.
They're labouring.
It's a day in the workshop, yeah.
I mean, it's 1933.
Yeah.
It's...
Without this,
Yeah.
that's a problem. But what about these then? How many of these have you got?
Well, I've got a few of those.
Rob's now showing me something that I really wanted to find here today, and this is nice big oak refectory tables. And the bonus is it has benches with it. Good, solid workmanship. But what they also are is very desirable and they're very usable. So they can go anywhere. They can go into restaurants, but they can also go into family homes.
This early to mid-20th century 18-seater refectory table has tapered legs and was made in England from thick hand-cut planks of wood. Refectory tables were originally used for communal dining in monasteries in medieval times, before gradually being adopted by castles as benches. Once refurbished, the table could be worth around £1,000, and the benches around £200 each.
75 a bench?
75. I mean, I'll tell you what, before you came, I was thinking sort of about 500 and about 150.
Each.
I have to say.
Yeah, I can't quite get to there because of the condition.
I mean, I think 150 for one of those. I mean, it's teak.
Oh, you want 150 each?
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
Drew is at the enormous former Naval Royal Hospital School in Ipswich.
Blimey. This place is huge.
He's trying to cut a deal and going to let them go without a haggle.
75 a bench?
I mean, I think 150 for one of those. I mean, it's teak.
Oh, you want 150 each?
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
What were you offering?
75.
75 for 2?
No, each.
I would say £200 the pair if you went 500 on the table.
I'm not going to go 500 on the table.
What do you reckon?
I went at 350, 400.
So you're looking at 400 and 100 each.
I'd like to buy more of the benches. I'd like to buy all of the benches.
I mean, I'd go 125 on the benches if he sold more of them to you, because I think that's
I'll buy them all for 100 quid a bench. That's better.
I've got 8 benches. I'll
800
do
quid.
1,000 on it. 1,400 with this. Okay,
Deal.
good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Things that we buy from schools always have one common denominator. In fact, no, they have 2. They've got chewing gum all over them, and they're beaten to hell. The joints are all creaking and broken. These are simple dowels, peg joints. So what we have to do is take the top off, then drill the dowels out and redo them and re-glue them. Now it takes time. But there's work to do. There's a good day, maybe a day and a half on that one table to sort it out. But after that's done, it's a good saleable item.
The school and its grounds are set across 200 acres of land. With so much space to explore, Rob and Monty have picked out a few items they hope Drew will be interested in.
Is this the stand you want me to have a look at?
Yeah, there's a stand here that this is Debbie's art class room.
You're not using it. Heavy one, this one's quite a heavyweight one.
It is, yeah.
This 1950s steel sculpture stand has a timber top. Artists would create their artwork on the wooden platform. The adjustable height and rotating top giving them flexibility to reposition the sculpture as required. Once restored, it could be worth around £200.
What would you want for it?
I mean, what do you reckon, Debbie? £100?
125.
125? You do 125?
No,
No?
I can't, I'm afraid.
What about 100?
About 100.
You can go 100,
Yeah.
Okay, that's a deal. Thanks a lot.
Thanks for that.
Yeah.
Thanks, Monty. Sculptor stands traditionally sell really well. particularly the old timber ones. The steel ones take a bit more. You've got a hell of a setup here, haven't you?
Yeah.
This is what you want me to look at, yeah?
Yeah, we've got some old original lab stalls there. I think the two metal ones are really cool, actually. Oh.
Have you got hundreds of these? No.
Well, there are others around. There's 5 there.
Okay. Just interested in these two.
Yeah, they are nice, actually,
Yeah.
aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bit of work. Nothing major. I'll leave the original timbers on them. Leave them as is. We've now gone into the CDT department and there are some work stools there. Nice, simple piece of design. Nice wear. Good colour on the timber on the top. And just about the right size as well.
These low-rise steel stools are wooden-topped and of tubular construction. They date from the 1970s and could be worth around
50 quid a pair.
75?
60.
65.
55.
65. That's a deal.
We stumble across 3 more of the same stools. If they're available, I'll take those as well. Paid £165 for the 5, that's about right.
Well done.
Today has been really interesting. There's so many rooms here. I think we've probably done 5%, if that, of the building. But what we have found have all been really good items with a nice little provenance.
It was great to meet both Drew and T.
Fantastic experience. I enjoyed the repartee, the negotiations. I think we were a good match, and I think things ended up in the right place.
I left it all to Rob because I'm too soft.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Very good.
Back in Conwy, Gavin and furniture restorer Alex begin work on the refectory table.
Structurally, it's a bit unsound, so all we need to do is re-drill the existing dowels, put a bigger dowel in, like a 12mm dowel, make a nice tight joint, and when the glue's set, it'll be solid again then. I've made that more solid already. There's also signs of where it's had stretches in the past that just cross underneath here, just to give it a little bit more structural strength. So Drew's asked if we can lose these black marks that we've got on the top. But these are metal stains, and when water and metal mix and it's left on a wood surface, you can't lose them, they go too deep. So you'll have to live with those, so it's down to Gav now to clean off the surface and just give it a good wax and keep that original patina on. So, Gav? Oh, you've done it.
I've just waxed the
After a more traditional clean and wax, the table is returned to its former glory.
I don't know, the top's like glass, so happy with that. All 11.
The sculpture table and the lab stools get a good clean-up, ready for a buyer to fall in love with them. With customers to please and shelves to fill, Drew and T are soon on the road again, heading off on a 4.5-hour drive to Walthamstow in northeast London.
You know what, 2 things from Walthamstow? Your favourite band?
No, they're not.
E17?
They're not E17, it's not my favourite.
Your second favourite, After Steps?
After Steps, yeah.
And also, birthplace of your arts and crafts hero.
William Morris.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right, I forgot all about it.
Morris was born in Walthamstow in 1834. His boyhood home is now a free museum dedicated to his life's work. But today, Drew and T are headed to a much more contemporary Walthamstow home of design, Neon Artists' God's Own Junkyard. This family-run business has been creating bespoke neon signs and artwork since the 1950s. Marcus Bracey is the latest in line to run this electric empire.
We're creative people, the family. We work with neon every day. We've got our own glass plant. We make it in-house. My grandfather started this off, working on fun fairs, carnivals, building lighting, neon. My dad worked with it, making it, designing them.
Marcus's father, Chris Bracey, was legendary as the man who lit up Soho, designing many of the neon signs that adorned the infamous clubs and pubs there.
Strip joints were really boring until he kind of come along.
Hoping that some of their hoard will make its way into his hands, Drew is visiting their spectacular showroom.
We've got signs from the 1930s all the way up to sort of new era, and we're forever collecting and reviving them and giving them a new lease of life. And this is where we ended up being like mainline holders in what we do now.
Sadly, Chris recently passed away, leaving a business and a legacy of amazing lights and signs for Marcus and his family to take over.
That's very good.
Let them be like that spell strip clubs, so it's only a little bit further on. Certainly has an impact, doesn't it?
Cool. I like a lot of it. Marcus?
How you doing?
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I've heard a hell of a lot about you and this place, and I can see why now.
Oh, it's all good stuff.
It's amazing. Superb. I wouldn't want your electric bill, but apart from that, it's fantastic.
It's definitely got the wow factor. It even
Yeah.
says it on the wall.
When you enter this place, it does smack you right in the face. I've bought and sold neons before, but I have never seen this collection so well put together and preserved. Fabulous. How does it work then? Do you hire this stuff out? Do you sell it? What do you do?
We de-rig and take old faces down. And what we do is we own some of it. If we're willing to sell it on,
Okay.
we will sell it on.
Okay, all right. Well, we better have a look round. Peep show, is that new?
That's an old one from a sex shop, and it's got the old sex shop font.
The sex shop font?
Well, it's just that kind of like easy read peep show that they're hanging up in
Yeah,
the
because a lot of people involved in that train have got bad eyesight, haven't they?
Yeah.
That's got a price ticket. How much would girls cost?
7,500.
When we set off today, did you expect us to inquire how much girls cost today?
It's not my usual.
No, it's not standard.
My usual purchase.
It's not just the bright lights that have caught Drew's eye.
Tell us about that.
Yeah. And they give him this picture signed. It's great, isn't it?
I just love it, the expression on Johnny Rotten's face.
I know.
There's one thing here that I really, really want, and it's 3 photographs of the Sex Pistols outside Buckingham Palace. I am a massive collector of any punk memorabilia, particularly the Sex Pistols. You just can't beat them. The attitude and the music was great.
This photographic triptych of the iconic punk band, the Sex Pistols, shows them signing their contract with A&M Records in 1977. Signed by the photographer, it's one of only 7 in existence and could be worth in the region of £3,000.
What would you take for it?
I wouldn't sell it.
Come on.
I couldn't, no way. And he loved it, and now we've got it out on display. And
I'm a massive old punk fan,
Are you?
particularly the Sex Pistols.
Ah, I couldn't name a price, and I wouldn't get rid of it because it's been in the family for some time now.
You wouldn't sell it for 10 grand?
No. Now you're going to get another one. And my dad's not around now. It means a lot to me.
Okay. This piece is not going anywhere. I'm not going to be able to buy this. It's got everything you want on a piece. It really is. There's not a single problem with this piece. But no, they're keeping it, and you know what? I really don't blame them.
With the signs in the main showroom either top dollar or not for sale, Drew heads up to a storage area, hoping for better luck.
The broken stuff. Would you let this go?
Nah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Honestly, my grandfather, this was something me and my dad took down.
Do you drive around London going, oh, my dad made that?
A lot of the time. Yeah. Or, you know, where has it gone? Someone took it down, you know. Yeah. It's when you look at, like, Piccadilly Circus now. Where has it all gone? You know, that was our kind of Neon Canyon, wasn't it?
Neon Canyon.
And now it's all gone.
Again, not for sale. There's a family attachment. You know, this isn't a shop. You can come here and buy some things, but Marcus is 3rd generation, so I completely understand where he's coming from, even though I would love to buy it. And that blue sign at the back, the blue hand-painted sign written on.
That's an old one. We've took that one of the guys to pull it out and sell you.
Before he does that, is it for sale?
No.
Okay.
With fond memories attached to so many items, Marcus is struggling to let things go. But Drew is determined to take some neon home to Wales.
Oh, hello. Oh, now you're talking.
Karen.
It's a new one as well. One thing that I love, deeply, it's a deep and meaningful part of my life, is curry. It's for me and tea, it's almost like a religion. We eat it whenever possible, and if I could, I would eat nothing else. And one thing we've just spotted is a neon curry sign. Now, no matter if I have to pinch it or, you know, run out the building with it, I'm...
1990s, for an Indian restaurant in London's Brick Lane. It could have a value of around £400.
You'd let that go?
Salvage hunter Drew Pritchard is in Walthamstow, London, visiting a spectacular family business that's been lighting up the capital for over 60 years.
Amazing. I wouldn't want your electric bill, but apart from that, it's fantastic.
With owner Marcus reluctant to part with items that hold sentimental value, Drew is struggling to make a purchase. But he has seen one sign that's got him hot under the collar.
You'd let that go?
I'd let that one go, yeah.
You
yeah.
would?
Yeah.
Very close to my heart, this is.
And stomach.
And stomach, yeah.
You enjoy a curry?
We
pay 180 quid.
Can you wire it?
Yeah, we can do that, yeah.
Sold.
All right.
Marvellous. Thank you.
That's the most expensive curry you've ever bought.
To be honest, I wouldn't have sold that for under 500 quid.
Really?
I thought I'd be a bit fair. I've been knocking you back on everything else, so I thought I'd be a bit reasonable.
You can have it subtly in the house as well when you want feeding it.
And just turn it on.
Switch it on, and Rebecca can go, oh, you want to...
I'm going to put it in the window of the kitchen. Get it. I bought some. That is a stomach over head decision. I'm having it. I have to have that. I don't really care what they're going to say in the warehouse about me buying that, because it's not for the warehouse, it's for me.
With the curry sign under Drew's belt, Marcus has one more location for him to devour. A storeroom that's usually off-limits to buyers.
Blimey.
Marcus has got another storage area which we come to now. We open the door and it's just like, bam, there's stuff everywhere. This is more than likely where I'll find something. T, keep your eyes open as well, mate. Yeah. There's no way I'm going to be able to see all of this.
Live show in there.
That could be of interest. Live show.
Brand new, that one.
Wonder what they're referring to, T. Music? Animals?
Music, maybe.
This 1990s neon live show sign would have been made for a Soho club. In its unused condition, it could be worth around £500.
To you. Best up probably 2.5 all day.
I won't get that for it. No. I can make a profit on it. It's the sort of thing if I can get, like, 400 quid.
Okay. Yeah. 290 would be the best. I couldn't make it for that.
Cool. All right, yeah, I'll have it.
Yeah?
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, we'll have that.
Well done.
Nice one. Cool.
The newest thing I've ever seen.
I've never bought anything brand new. Business head on. It's small, it's lightweight, it's perfect, it's in the packaging, it's a bit naughty but not too naughty, it's right on the money and I can make a little bit of money on it. Cost of a plug, get it down the road. Cool. Oh, I'm happy with that. That's good. It's just a bit kinky, isn't it? A bit naughty. Today was really interesting, bright, and you should keep that stuff. It's important.
Not everything's for sale, I'm afraid. You know, our found treasures are what they are, and they've been in the family for a long time. Now I want to keep it that way, you see. Pass it on to my children and on to their grandchildren and whatever. Yeah, it went well though.
Marcus, pleasure.
Right,
Thank you very much.
Fabulous.
Brilliant, thank you.
Right,
Great.
worth your while.
Oh, yeah.
Nice to meet you.
It was. Good contact. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
To now have a contact with Marcus down here, being basically Mr. Neon. I know the best in the business. Can't get much better than that.
Leaving the glowing lights behind them, Drew and T head out into a downpour and set off home.
Very illuminating day, though, isn't it?
back in North Wales, the team are waiting to see if Drew's signs will brighten up their day.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello, everybody. Hello.
Good trip.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, well, it's all right, wasn't it? Got the most amazing collection of neon signs you've ever seen in your life.
They look brand new.
That one is brand new.
Oh,
It's about
okay.
10 or 15 years old. It needs a plug.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, do you want a hand?
$2.90 for the live show sign. That's top end, but it's from a strip club. Nothing else really, is it? But that's what's going to sell it. It's sort of naughty, but it's not.
And then I bought one.
Fantastic.
That's right. Amazing place.
Well, you're lucky to get these.
Lucky to get those.
These
that I
two.
just had to buy.
Every night is curry night.
Every night's curry night, isn't it?
It's a quick job for Carl to fix a plug to the live show sign.
I can't see that being up for sale for long.
Then it's straight onto the website. The curry sign just needs a quick wipe down.
I believe it's going to Pritchard Towers. It's not for sale, this one.
Drew and T are straight back on the hunt for Salvage, and this time they haven't got far to go. They're driving 2.5 hours south to the Welsh town of Bilth Wells in the county of Powys. The town's origin, medieval castle that once stood as gatekeeper to the ancient ford, was destroyed in the 17th century. But the town remains a busy crossroads for travel around the country. And it's a route that Drew knows well.
There's an antique shop here based in an old church. It's owned by a guy called Rob Clement. I've driven past it more times than I can remember. It's never open. But I know he's open today, so we're going to call him and see what he's got.
He's obviously got very good work ethic.
He has actually, yeah. We work too hard.
Rob Clement bought this former Baptist church 7 years ago and swapped the...
Everywhere, really, of late, in various skip sites, people are throwing away the most amazing things. I think they're being a little bit lazy. They could make the effort and give a lot of it to the charity shops, and instead they go to a skip site, dump it all in. Stuff's being buried left, right and centre. So our heritage is slowly drifting away.
Ah, there you go. You can't tell, can you?
No. It's quite a bit there.
Yeah.
Rob now plans to retire and wants to sell on as much stock as he can, giving Drew the chance to deal with a fellow Welshman.
Rob.
Hello?
Drew.
Croeso.
Christ, Ivy.
Deal. Deal. Croeso.
Can we have a look inside?
Of course you may, sir.
Love to. I've been past... Blimey. Oh, my word, look at this. Oh, God. Well, you've got a bit of stock in anyway, haven't you?
Yes, people do still complain I'm understocked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they do.
How long have you been here?
6, 7 years.
Is that all?
Roughly, yeah. A lot of it is in storage for a long time.
Is there enough of it for you, Drew?
Yes.
Enough of a choice.
This is going to take some time. I've just come into the chapel for the first time, and, well, it's full. Very, very, very full. I think he's got everything in the world that people didn't want. But there has to be something in here. If I can't find something in here today, I turn around and walk straight out and go and get a real job.
Rob has something he thinks may be of interest to Drew, an unusual bench with a possible connection to high-end London department store Liberty.
That's what I think is the Liberty piece.
Okay.
And it's just a bit of damage on the end there, which is not beyond the wit of man.
How unusual. That is incredible, isn't it? Where did you get it from?
I can't not now remember, I'm afraid. I can't.
I recognise the turning on the top of the central leg there.
It's one of the more unusual pieces.
Yeah. I think it's definitely got something, hasn't it? Rob has said he's got a piece of furniture in here that's a bit special. So we start walking towards it. It's a two-seater turned leg. There's a couple of bits that I recognise, basically the shape towards the base of the foot and the ring turning to the top of the central leg are ringing a bell. Got a bit of woodworm going on. I don't think that carpet's original. Very hard to see in here, isn't it?
You can't really drag it out anymore, can you?
I think it's got enough plus points going for it. It could be a real rarity. I think I know who it's by. And it's a preeminent arts and crafts.
Oak bench made in the arts and crafts style is likely to be early 20th century. The arts and crafts movement emerged as a reaction to mass production in the late 1800s, focusing on a return to traditional craftsmanship. Drew suspects the bench could be by renowned arts and crafts designer George Walton. Fully restored, the bench could be worth around £600, but if proved to be by Walton, the value could soar into the thousands.
Is that for sale?
It is, but it's got to be a sensible offer.
OK.
Done up is worth 1,000, 2,000 to a rich American.
I can't see it as 2,000.
Well,
but you know what? You know what? It might be. Because I don't know.
Might be scared.
It's a tricky one. I've not seen one. Ever. And I like it. It's very new.
You make me an offer. I've always loved it.
600.
Salvage specialist Drew Pritchard is at an antique shop in a Welsh chapel, jammed full of jumble.
Blimey. Well, you've got a bit of stock in anyway, haven't you?
He's interested in an arts and crafts bench that may be by renowned designer George Walton.
600.
650 is yours.
625.
Okay.
Deal.
Done.
Thank you. That is a really good start. But I seriously don't know if they're going to get that out.
They'll be fine, we'll get it out.
What's this wheel?
Oh, I will.
Yeah, there you go. Every now and again in this job, you have to take chances. So I'm taking a £625. We could be quids in. It's a gamble, this one. It really is just gambling.
With one potential gem unearthed, Drew's trained eye is on the lookout as they head into the back rooms of the church.
So this is stuff that haven't gone through yet?
Hasn't been sorted. Some of it's my own personal stuff.
Okay. I'm sort of desperate not to miss anything, you know? Well, if you thought the front was a challenge, we're now in the back of the building, the old schoolhouse, and this is the unsorted stuff. There's got to be a gem in here. It's like looking into the future. Just your house. Yeah.
That's the vertebrae stick. Anything snake.
Oh, that's really got
quite a whip. Don't sell it to him.
I've got a couple of customers who really like this.
I thought you could put it in the yard.
Yeah.
Gav, look at this. Ow.
This decorative walking stick is from the late 19th century. In the 1800s, walking sticks were designed as status symbols, and some of the more elaborate materials used in their creation were ram's horn, whalebone and ivory. In good condition, this one could be worth around £250.
There's a lot of people who'd like something like that. You can go to sort of cane collectors or horse enthusiasts, or your common or garden pervert. Never bought one, don't know how much they're worth. What would you sell it for? Thanks.
I'd sell it for 40, no less. It's to me, it's scarce.
Sold.
Very scarce.
You'll be seeing the thick end of that later.
Every third Wednesday.
Today was great. Rooting through boxes of stuff is just one of the most pleasurable things you can ever do. And here you could do it for a week, or 2, or 3.
That was my sixth sense before you even turned up, that would be the piece he would zero in on. So it's been kind of buried in there, waiting for the right man to come along.
Rob, thank you very much.
Magical pleasure having you.
Deal.
Diolch yn fawr.
Nice to meet you.
Diolch yn fawr.
Deal.
Croeso.
The arts and crafts 2-seater bench. My gut feeling is, when we got it out, Well, when you got it out,
Yeah.
it looked a lot worse than that. No.
A clanger.
Yeah.
Drew and T head back to Conway to see what the team make of their Welsh pies. That's if they can get past the new heavy on the gate.
Girls, look what I've got for Enzo. There's a good boy. We'll have to show Drew when he gets back, won't we? Security chap. Hello, hello.
Yeah.
Hello, hello.
What do you think of his new job role?
We'll have to pay him now. He will work for a biscuit, yeah. I bloody do.
Had a good time?
Yeah, it's all right, actually.
Snake?
It's a snake's vertebra.
No. Crosshain, I've had another little look at it, and I've mentioned to Drew, I don't think it's a snake. So I'm going to have to do a bit of work on that.
Go on then.
You have to pay cash this time.
But we bought this.
That's a two-seater.
Now,
Never seen anything like it.
I've got a feeling I know who it's by, but I need to be sure.
The sofa's a really nice piece of furniture. And if Drew's hunch isn't correct, we will get our money back. But if it is special, then that's fantastic news.
Ow, no.
No, that'll hurt. Don't. Don't!
Do it to me, do it to me, do it to me.
Gavin prepares the arts and craft bench for repair by removing the old fabric. When paint stripper doesn't work, Gavin has another plan.
With oil and that, we usually use meths, soak the wood and set it on fire. It burns it out, but I don't know if it'll work with this. It's like a fabric stain. Yeah, that's working. Better than it was, anyway.
Next, Gavin applies a coat of wax evenly across the surface. Then it's over to furniture restorer Alex to rebuild the broken backstrut, or splat.
We can make a paper template of the splat and then transfer it onto a piece of oak and cut it out. Well, that actually closes it very nicely. We've countersunk the screw in a bit deeper this time because we know the wood that we've attached.
And a wax. The restoration is barely visible.
Nice honest repair. Quality, that.
The patina of the original seat pads set into the restored bench adds to the overall value and look. Meanwhile, Rebecca has done some digging into the vertebrae stick from Rob Clement's shop.
It's not bone, actually. It's shark cartilage from the shark's back. Mariners around 1890 to 1920 used to make these on board their vessels. So it's fascinating, really.
With the new evidence unearthed, the vertebrae stick is photographed for sale on the website. The live show, whilst the curry sign gets pride of place at Pritchard Towers.
Oh, look at that. It's just fantastic. Every night's a curry night.
Every night's night.
The sculpture stand from the Royal Hospital School sells to a private buyer. And Drew's had news on the arts and craft bench from Rob Clement's shop.
My gut instinct with the settle was correct. It was designed by George Walton, incredibly famous designer, made by William Birch of High Wycombe, and retailed through Liberty. So you've got three stellar names there. A rare beast.
With its provenance confirmed, the bench sells to a dealer in America for almost 5 times what Drew paid for it.